downtime activities. Welcome back to the Devils of the West. When last we left, we saw the hammer drop.
He's been waiting to use that. He's been waiting to use that for weeks.
The hammer of Alabama had the final nail hammered into his coffin, it would seem, as he was killed. I've run out of hammer puns.
Just in time.
Just in time.
I believe Grimes is looting the corpse. No, Grimes is a corpse.
Grimes is down, but Grimes has been shot.
Professor Bogus, I'm going to loot through and see what he has.
Okay, looking through, you find a number of things. You find a very nice handgun, which is a blunt line special.
Whoever wants this can have it.
Huh?
I say whoever wants this can have it.
It is a very nice.
Just kidding. No, I'm inseparable from my gun.
I'm like, oh.
You got it.
Yeah.
He also has a total of $78 on this person.
I pocket that.
Okay. And he's wearing nice clothes, nice boots. He's got a good number of a good bit of ammunition if people need to restock on that a little bit. And he also, on his person, has this. Someone would like to read that out for the class?
Here, since Professor Bogus pulled it up. Wanted for the murder of Edmund and Jonas Parnell and arson of the Riverbend Testimonial Baptist Church of the Halters, Parish, Louisiana. Goddamn churches these days. Edmunda Parnell, young woman, dark hair, grim expression. Yeah, about right. Missing left eye. Last known to be traveling west on the black and white painted pony, considered armed and dangerous, believed to be violently delusional. $1,000 awarded for the capture and delivery of Parnell to the state authorities of Louisiana or the local authorities of Halters Parish. $100 for information considered instrumental in the capture of Parnell by the state authority of Louisiana or the local authorities of Halter Parish, as well as any additional reward offered by private or official individuals or organizations for her capture.
Retirement plan.
Grim expression.
Wow, I reckon that's $600 split 3 ways. See, what you gotta remember.
What? Oh, between all of them? $1,000. We split that 3 ways. That's $600 a pop. It's like, man, your math is way off.
At least means the $1,800 we get for turning both of them. Remember, audience, if you didn't want to die, you shouldn't antagonize the protagonists.
There you go.
Is this your paper?
Yeah. No, that's, we haven't printed, well, I can't say we haven't printed anything on the new paper.
You printed a lot on the new paper.
We haven't printed anything that's shown up yet. But it will make all of this a lot easier, because I won't have to age any paper.
Alright, well, we loot the body, toss him in with all the other bodies, and clean our hands.
Are you taking his
He is currently a corpse.
reptilian boots?
Yes, I am.
Alright.
Somebody grab his boots for me.
Like, do you say anything to Jeffries for shooting you and damn near killing you?
I was way over there reloading, and I didn't see anything.
If you didn't want to get shot, you shouldn't have stood down range.
Yeah.
Now, young man, I want you to know that it wasn't me that shot you. I think it was the devil himself.
I think your gun just misfired.
Are you fucking crazy?
No.
I mean,
Just
let's be honest.
unbearable curse.
Let's be honest. He hasn't shot his gun in a while. He's not used to the weight anymore. You just got away from him.
We're just gonna get at it.
You're a worse shot than I thought, Jeff.
Why do you think he's always injured or down?
It's because you're a terrible shot. I knew it. I knew those stories that used to go around in the gang about you weren't true.
What stories? Where'd you hear those?
I'm not telling you shit.
I don't think she did.
You shared that, didn't you?
Yes.
I didn't share anything.
You sure?
He has not shared anything.
Oh,
about
maybe it was when you talked a little. There was some talk about it after you guys met Scratch.
Yeah.
I don't know, really.
Every time you do that, I go.
Even though it's Scratch.
There's
Oh right.
Right.
whispers and rumors.
There's suspicions.
There's suspicions. And I know you ain't jack shit for shooting me, you son of a bitch.
I mean, I can
There's
shoot you right now and put you out of
Are there any
your.
squirrels around?
After all this gunfire, probably not.
Probably not. Or you could, if you wanted to go hunting down one, and I'd be able to find
Are there
it.
any cans laying around?
There's a cup what's partially full of poisoned wine sitting on a log nearby.
Why don't we just shoot that real quick?
Okay.
Quick drive.
Rolls a 1 again.
If you fucking
Oh my god.
Snake eyes, call your shot, snake eyes.
Oh, red.
With your that's a round to hit.
A 9? Yeah, you pop it, you shoot it, quick draw, and hit it pretty dead center.
I need to roll damage.
No.
What if you roll snake eyes and I'm like, it doesn't break the cup? Your bullet, your aim is good, but your bullets are weak.
No, what if you roll Snake Eyes and just kills Grimes?
I love that idea. You're like, I'll show you how good I am. You turn, quick draw, turn and shoot him again.
It wasn't me, I swear.
The devil's taking over again. Oh yeah.
Anything, I'll just shoot it.
Okay.
You might be right.
He's a loose cannon, I tell you. Alright, you bunch of hooligans, hop in the wagon. Let's get going.
We have a wagon?
Well, I assume that's how we got up here. Oh, I guess we all have
You all
horses.
took your horses. There is a wagon up here that was left because there's 2 wagons brought
there is
originally, and you only took one down. So you guys want a wagon?
Yeah, let's
a horse, and a
unhitch.
wagon.
Let's unhitch the horse from the horse or horses from the wagon.
Okay.
Be free.
I mean, there is a mule with a bunch of nitroglycerin ready to pop at any moment.
Are you guys
Also-
taking the cart or the wagon, or are you just riding your horses back?
You just went there.
Is Spanky still there?
Yeah, Spanky is still with me.
You did tie him to a tree, so
Oh, okay.
he hung himself trying, but he did not escape.
He's hobbled and tied. You're like, why is your horse in a straitjacket?
He doesn't like gunfire.
Yeah, scared.
Spanky! Still one of my favorite moments of this game so far.
A classic.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right,
Yeah, we can.
you guys heading on back?
Heading on back. Man, you guys really are my retirement fund, I tell you.
You guys
Hey, now
ride
let's
down
come
off
about
of Murder
Professor,
Hill. Recently named.
As it will soon be
What do they
known.
call
Your wanted poster.
Why don't you come on up here now? Oh, yeah.
It appears that this famous bounty hunter went up after these 2 ruffians that were poisoning people, and tragically they all died in a shootout.
And strangers came and looted all the bodies.
Yeah, that's
People will do that.
Coyotes ran off.
There's some well-armed coyotes out here.
Coyotes are smart. They'll do it.
Yeah, I guess we head on back. Get you over to a doctor.
again.
Again, see what they can do.
I'll be
Really racking up the
fine.
hospital.
That's true.
It's a good thing that's why Grimes loots all that money.
Well, I assume the state's paying for it.
Well, at least most of them the state paid for.
Well, the
Apparently
governor
this-
might pay for this one.
all this is supposed to be a little more hush hush.
Will somebody put that boy out of his misery?
Grimes is making more noise than the last time he was shot in the stomach.
Yeah. Last time he wanted me to steal him a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, you big baby.
You're not
What's
shot
the-
the stomach.
What's the deal with the hospital? Do we have to make a heal check or a...
They'll make it.
Well, it has to be within a certain amount. You don't have enough time to get to the hospital if you want to heal wounds with it.
I
It
see.
has to be pretty immediate medical attention. So if you want to
got-
try and
who's
heal
got
the
healing?
wound, someone can roll it.
Anyone got healing?
Jerry's got a lucky streak on him, but that doesn't mean that he'll do it again.
I don't know. I don't know
try
about
to
a
patch
risk.
him up.
Okay.
Everyone's got -2?
Yeah.
It's a 1 total.
You do your best. Nothing.
Yeah. Basically, get some loose bandaging.
Don't touch me.
We might have to take a wagon back now.
Can I give it a shot?
I mean, we might as well.
I think you can.
We all might as well give it a shot. See
Are you
who's
able to
lucky.
make multiple?
I don't think you can.
No. If I know what you can't. You couldn't make another.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if.
Cheese.
Yes, but I will say I'm gonna give I'll let you guys have multiple, but if you roll bad enough, there's a chance you make things worse.
You mean like he's one?
Well, his was a 1 after the -2. We're gonna say like
Snake
maybe a 2 or less, not just a snake eyes. Or if you
The
get into
same
negatives.
one.
If you get into negatives, maybe. Yeah, we'll say you get negatives. You get into
Negatives,
negatives, 0 negatives, then you're gonna have, there could be a bad deal. So,
I don't know any more
I
about
feel like I've
medicine.
heard just that already. That.
You can hurt and you can heal.
Another one.
Okay, the same one.
Another one.
They all take turns like retightening and changing the bandage across there, and just keep like tugging against your broken rib and hurting and not doing you any good at all.
We're terrible at medicine checks. Grimes is just beyond help.
Let's just put him in a wagon and hope for the best. No, what we do is we tie Spanky to the wagon, point him down the trail, and fire.
Get him there in a hurry. Get him somewhere in a hurry. Are you guys hooking up to the wagon to scoot him down, or are you just riding Spanky down?
I guess I'm
You guys ride on back into town?
I'm just like.
All right.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea for one of us to learn something about medicine.
Probably wouldn't be.
Maybe
Well,
maybe it should be the smart one.
Oh,
All the science.
You making a... Hey, little lady. I can't hear you, but I know what those signs mean.
Are we taking the hammer or are we just leaving?
Yeah, let's just leave him.
Just leave. So we're gone.
Yeah.
Can we say that I did a little
You want to suck some blood? Okay.
Sure.
You can suck some blood out of him. You guys, do you like? Do other people notice it? Are you trying to do it in a way that they don't see?
I don't want them to see it.
Okay, go ahead and
It's private.
roll me a stealth. Okay. And all of you guys, roll me your notices.
One of these days I'll up notice a little bit.
That's
a D4.
No. Let's see if only some of them notice, or literally all of them.
So 4 explodes.
You're already there.
3.
That's good enough.
That is a 7.
5, 1. You don't notice, I guess, and give it to the rest of you all
Yeah,
see
yours is fine.
Jeffers. You see Jeffers like punch over the Ham Alabama's
Oh,
body for a little
Yeah,
bit.
it explodes.
Oh, it's.
And he's
Yeah,
just
he
saying a
definitely
prayer
knows.
for the damned, I guess.
Or explodes. So,
Like,
8.
I'm not gonna connect the dots of
No,
what he's doing.
that's not natural
I'm assuming he's
connection.
just over him, like praying or something.
Yeah.
I do pray for him.
As you're sucking his blood out.
I 100% knows, and now I'm like, what the fuck is he?
He's got a hunched over the body, making sure to keep his hat covering him. Seems to be like, you can't really, you don't exactly know. It almost looks like he's like kissing his neck.
He does come up and lick his lips.
I'm gonna keep this in the bank and be like, Jeffers
Jeffers is a freak.
Jeffers likes men.
Jeffers likes men. That's what she takes away.
I'm still dumb as rocks, so.
He did come up licking his lips. I'm just saying.
I think he's fully gay.
He's fully fully necrophilic. Necrophilic, I guess.
I'm just seeing him kiss a dead man on the neck.
Just thinking about it.
You fucking freak.
Grimes likes you more because of that. Let's be honest, fucking freak. Nice.
Makes you a little bit more relatable.
All right. After that, you do feed, and it is very satisfying. It's like you just didn't realize how hungry you were until you started. Feels very good.
It's like you ate a big steak.
Mm-hmm.
Extra bloody.
Mm-hmm. Here's that little bit of Creole seasoning.
It's like a good gumbo.
His tasted like gumbo, for sure.
Yeah. Gross.
Nice.
So we ride back into town. We send Grimes to the doctor. We all go back to the boarding house.
I mean, you can send them; they'll help like patch you up, but it's you're too far beyond getting the wounds healed immediately. You're gonna have to wait and heal them over time.
Is there any sexy nurses?
Oh no.
You know?
You're gut shot with a broken rib.
There's one very attractive nurse.
Grimes, Grimes always has one thing on his mind.
Listen, he's attractive.
Forrest
He's very
Whitaker.
attractive.
5. She is wearing a wedding ring.
I mean,
Never stopped anyone before.
What about your true love?
Who?
this is a new true love.
to quote Betty White, just because she's tied to the tied to the chain does or the tied to the post doesn't mean she can't go bark at the cars.
Just because she's tied to a fence doesn't mean I can't make love to her. That classic Betty White stand.
Rest in peace, Betty White.
R.I.P. Just because she's tied to the post doesn't mean she can't go bark at the cars. That's amazing.
My dad always said, why buy the cow when you can drink the milk for free? Did you just call my girlfriend a cow? No, I think he called her a slut.
Listen here, new guy.
All right. You get a little bandaged up. Anything?
I guess I feel a little better.
Huh?
I guess I feel a little better, but I'm gonna still milk this.
Okay.
Are there any like
I'm a little baby.
things we can get that improve healing checks? Like
The natural healing ones? I don't know if there really is. I think that like
essential
there's
oils.
technically like debuffs to it a lot of the time, but like if you're in good clean conditions and stuff like that, then
Getting medical care.
Mhm.
If
I mean, I think that if you like, I would say that I'd give you like a +2 on the check or something if you're like literally staying with a doctor during the week of downtime.
fair enough. You're not.
And
That's
I
not
think
gonna
there's some
Well, I'm
powers
not
that can probably
special
do
enough.
some healing.
You
stuff.
can stay with a doctor for this next week if you want to.
but just but be mindful, you are the patient 95% of the time.
Hey. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I
decision
am
you
the
can make.
Daphne of this group.
Daphne gets gut shot. And
Daphne gets
Nature from
kidnapped.
Daphne did it again.
Just gotta learn kung fu, like the live action Daphne.
Serious. I'm a
Fight
great
the buff
shot.
dude in the gimp mask.
Listen,
This
that
is
is
fucking-
a classic.
That movie is very well done. In a terrible sort of way.
In a terrible sort of way.
I don't know. That's your decision.
No.
So Liza, if we stay with them for a week, we
I'll give you a bonus to the vigor roll to recover.
No.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You just hear like bubbling every time he breathes.
Am I still pretty handsome?
Your face didn't get shot.
Hell yeah. Okay. Good.
hell yeah.
I
Dodged another one. Didn't hit me in the face. Somebody's in here.
I didn't lose an eye like the little lady.
I'm not ugly as Ed.
Brutal.
Oof, I do.
I do have a minus to charisma roll. About my match, that is true. I'll probably just head back to the boarding house.
Okay.
At least this way, if there's a bounty hunter after me, you don't get the drop. Because I
Yeah.
won't be expecting.
That's right. Make it a nice clean day.
I guess I'll write a letter to the governor, letting him know that things were taken care of.
Okay.
Our mutual friend won't be causing any problems.
Okay.
I am gonna go purchase more ingredients to make more of my stun days.
Alright. You go gather some more goodies.
Jeffers,
Just hanging out again.
Okay.
find a nice comfy coffin.
Maybe hang upside down from your ceiling.
Where's the nearest mortuary?
It's Morbid time.
It's,
Oh, Morpheus! Oh my god!
Mighty Morbid Power Rangers. So, what are you guys doing? Yeah, you're able to do these things. The day comes to a close.
I'm
What's your
bumming
next
out
move?
where we're spending the night, and I'm just going
Just laying awake, just laying awake in the boarding house, just hearing Grimes in the room next door. Just
Well, because they're not in bed, they're standing next to the wall.
Standing in front of your room under the door, going, oh.
trying to elicit some kind
I can't imagine a more Grimes thing, other than trying to use that to pick up girls.
Surprise Grimes didn't go to his new love interest's house.
I gotta wait a little bit. I kind of let the
You can't look desperate. Come on, man.
I mean, it kind of is at this point.
He's gotta play hard to get.
You gotta come to me now.
Don't you know anything about love?
Oh yeah.
No, the professor only believes in science.
I tried to get him
bring the
to
paper
look
to
at
me.
some boobies, and he didn't want nothing to do with that.
I mean,
Yeah, and look at how well that turned out. Everybody died.
It's been plugged in the whole
Yeah, I
time.
guess.
That's true.
Well, we're not all using it.
Probably not at all, but just for the rest of it, it's good to just see what the audio sounds like. Anyway, testing new recordings and things.
Well, I can't really check the audio levels.
I'm not asking you to. I'm just telling the camera. We're trying new things out. So these a couple episodes are a little different.
Yeah, real Jerry's here.
Real Jerry's here.
Are we spending a whole week in downtime? So, Grimes.
Doing any activities in town?
So Grimes.
That's up to you.
So Grimes can heal and.
Downtime.
Well, and I assume so that the counter can tick over before either one of your bosses give us our next mission.
Right. That is how.
Well, I think that it's time for you all to do some downtime activities.
Yay!
I made that joke already.
Yeah, but I drank something and spiked the camera immediately after.
I spiked that camera. It's just that he was in it too.
I was also there.
And the will is part of it. I think in one of recent recordings I made a reference to. It was one of the starting of your guys' games where I was like, and it's its own thing, and the skeletons are part of it. And I hope that somebody got that joke. If they did, they are a person of culture.
That's true. I will. Is there a big library in town? Or a library in town?
There's a library in town. It's the biggest library in town.
It might be the biggest library in the state.
Possibly.
I'll either start there, or if I don't find anything, I can try the mayor's house because he might actually, or the governor's house because he might actually have room. I would kind of like to find. I'd like to find.
Ah.
You think I walk
So you're gonna go try and find
I would
something
like to find, I guess, like books about the occult. Just because at every turn it's like ghouls, vampires, werewolves, pseudo cults, exorcisms that I would actually like to. Yeah, the bounty hunters are pretty mundane.
Southerners.
The strangest of magic. Southerners.
Naked cannibals?
Not yet, but that wouldn't surprise me.
That was the lady that I was seeing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well, she wasn't. You were just naked.
No, she was naked.
No,
She was naked.
yeah.
She was very
She was
naked.
extremely naked. With the occult at every turn, I would sort of actually. I would like the next, like at least sometimes when we go into stuff, to not have all of us just be like,
Go ahead and give me a research.
no.
Research.
We might want to clap sync some point. Okay.
Did we not?
I accidentally turned it off, I guess.
When did you turn it on?
Like a second ago. We
didn't miss any.
we all have a small lapse, but it was mostly
Bullshitting.
bullshit.
Wait, but that's the entire episode.
This is a
That's
downtime
everything
activity.
we do.
So there's gonna be nothing but
That's a total of 2. I'll spend a penny on it, because I haven't spent any yet.
There you go.
I haven't been
How many times
wanting
could you soak damage?
Yeah.
You won't need to soak damage at all in this session. I'm sure.
It's still a 2,
Yeah.
because that's worse.
You're not able to find anything that you think, look to this library that you think would be useful. There's like books that are like stories for kids and stuff like that, but there's not a whole lot that isn't common knowledge, like general information about like the rules.
They don't happen to have an occult text.
There's
tucked
no
away on a back
Necronomicon
shelf.
laying
Yeah,
around.
there's none that you find.
So I guess I'll try the governor's house.
I'll go with you.
If he's a vampire who's been around, is part of a secret world order that deals with monsters, then they might, at least a secret shadow government.
We just need the handbook, the employee handbook.
Yeah.
If cool, try fire.
If ghoul, dig hole. Fill with fire. Or rewrite that rule book.
That is true.
Over the course of our adventures. But the governor will know whether or not that employee handbook already exists.
There's certainly some note pages at the back, right in here.
So the two you go to the governor's residence. You're allowed in, and you're asking him for.
I mean, we're...
The Necronomicon.
Or at least kind of explain, like, the stuff we've been after so far, and to some degrees the issue that has caused as far as not necessarily knowing how to approach problems, and wondering if they have any books or anything like that that's got more concrete information on the type of things we might be hunting, or would know where to find one.
I have a text that might be helpful to you in this regard, but it is very old, and you'll have to find somebody to translate it for you. I speak enough to muddle my way through it whenever I need to find something, but Latin's not something I've used in a while.
I mean, I have academics. I could probably
That's true. We do also have that Catholic priest who never wants to see us
super
again.
scared of us,
which,
yeah.
which is
Which
why
means
we
we
should
absolutely
continue to revolt.
Especially when he's reading all the scary shit in some monster.
when he's translating the literal Necronomicon for us, yeah.
And he leaves and comes back with a very old-looking leather-bound book that seems to have a like kind of very stylized, not really stylized, but gaudy, in like stitched-in cross on the cover of it, and hands it to you. And he says, "This is a bit of a collector's item, so if you could return it in decent condition, I'd appreciate it."
Do our best.
And I have something that I need to talk with you in private about. Sorry, Ed. This one's a bit of a personal nature. Specifically, my personal nature.
I can smell undeath as soon as it walks into my house, but you're something different.
Well, I'll lay it out for you here, Governor, because if anybody will know anything about this, it'll be you. I'm not Colonel Mohan.
Corporal.
Corporal.
You're definitely not Colonel.
Ain't that the feller what sells fried chicken?
Colonel Mohan's your father, and he is also wondering.
Don't say stuff like that.
Mrs. Mohan.
Maud Mohan.
I woke up in this body, and I can't seem to die, as it were. I believe I am some sort of revenant of some nature, but I don't feel particularly compelled to accomplish a task. It's left me in kind of a strange limbo.
Have you considered, this is speaking from the perspective of somebody who hopefully never has to have these two columns measured up against each other, that there's a reason that while you may be something akin to a revenant, there's no compass pointing you in the right direction other than your own. What I mean to say is, if you're riding the line too hard between good and bad, I think the person wanting you to choose one or the other would want you to make that choice yourself, and might give you another chance to do so.
I don't really like that kind of deterministic thinking, but here we are. I appreciate the insight. It's been a bit of a wild ride. Writing down Colonel Mohan. I can see him doing it right now.
No, there was absolutely something in his face when you said don't make jokes like that I could tell the joke had caught. And it was just like it's like I've been friends with Erickson long enough that every once in a while I can catch that moment where he's just like, you said, what joke did you just make at my gaming table?
In my presence?
In my presence, how dare you? Okay, that's basically what I was just trying to fish. Alright, well, I think we've got our Necronomicon. Let's go bully a priest.
Yay.
See how much... I mean, he was chanting in Latin when he did the exorcism.
I mean, if he's a Catholic priest, he at least knows some Latin. Or at least maybe he can point us towards someone who knows more.
Ed has seen him speak Latin.
So listen. Obviously, he's our first choice.
If I think of
Chase us
Latin,
out of the church saying, please do not come back.
If I think of Latin, I think of one of the scariest experiences of my life, and the man who was speaking Latin there. So let's go talk to him.
Are you just the two of you going, or you guys gathering the posse?
I mean, you guys can go if you like. I don't think we're stopping by the point.
I don't
No, thank you. I ran out screaming of that place, and I'll never go back.
You know Professor Bogus would rather die than go in one of those places.
I don't necessarily think him translating the book is going to turn into, like, a combat, but
Who knows?
who knows at this point.
Although Jefferson's not a Catholic, he wants to see what will happen if he attempts to enter the church.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's if we run at him with the book out, does he like turn and flee?
Do you like demon out? Like are you trying to like direct it towards him?
No.
Okay. Then who knows?
Alright. We're headed for the church. Head to the chapel and we're gonna get disintegrated.
Going to the mountain.
As soon as you said the name of it, I'm like, oh no.
Murder all my friends.
What happened to all the others? Well, I went to the church and one of them disintegrated as soon as he walked in the door, and then one of the other ones was possessed by a book or something. I don't know. It's like they were going to get a book translated. How did all this happen?
Everybody's dead except for one, the one who refuses to go into a church.
Go ahead and, as you guys approach the church, you go ahead and roll me a spirit.
Hallowed ground, hallowed ground.
Can't be the church.
You feel compelled to not go towards there, but you feel like you're able to push past it if you choose to. You feel like you feel like not so much that like you don't feel comfortable in this place. You feel like this place actively like wants you to stay away from it. You get the same sense from this building as you get from somebody that you like were like you know, kind of zoned out and staring, but you just happen to be staring at somebody that entire time. They try to look at you like that like unsettled feeling. That's the look this church is giving you as you approach it. This like you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be in my presence. Like this is you don't belong here. Is the feeling.
It's rough. Muscle through it.
Okay, muscle through and head on in. And the door kind of opens up, and as the door opens up, you can see the back of a familiar friend who seems to be like cleaning up the middle section here, and he's like, "How can I?"
It's not an exercise.
Swear to God, you're not supposed to do that, and you're not supposed to be back here. What the hell do you want?
I like this guy.
You're the only person we know that knows any Latin.
As far as we know, this isn't an exorcism.
What trouble did you stir up
Look,
this
it's even
time?
got a cross on it.
What do you need me to do?
Translate it.
Please.
You can?
I mean, as much as you can.
We can pay you for your time.
No, we can make a charitable donation to the church.
For your time.
me see the book.
Unfortunately for this guy, he's a nice dude.
And unfortunately for this guy, he has seen
Met
that,
you.
and we are actively involved in the hunting of the creatures of the night, and he feels compelled to help. The poor bastard.
The poor bastard. He's gonna be like,
What's-
deathly pale, uncomfortable in churches, dislikes holy water, looks up at
Spring splashes a little water at him. What's this feller's name?
Just
If
like
we're
the
gonna be
ice.
pestering him constantly, I want to
It's
find
like
out.
with
He
the
says,
spring water.
why do you want to know?
I mean, if we're look, be honest with you. You're the only person I've ever seen actually perform an exorcism. You are at this. I mean, you're not as involved in all this as we are, but like, thank you for noticing. Stupid camera.
I was trying not to ruin your dialogue.
I mean, you're not as involved as us in all this hunting of the creatures of the night, as the employer of ours put it. But we're pretty heavily involved in it. You're now tangentially somewhat involved in it, and it's nice to have a person that we can rely on who has a skill set like yours
access to holy water mostly.
and the ability to speak Latin.
Speaking
and
Latin,
perform exorcisms.
that's
Look, I'll translate a book for you. I'll bless some water. Just promise me that you're not going to drag too much trouble into this place.
We'll do our best.
My name is Benji, Brother Benji.
Brother Benji. Is that short for Benjamin, or is it just Benji?
It's short for Benjamin. I go by Benji. I'd prefer you called me Benji.
well, Benji. Thank you for your time and your help. It's gonna be immensely helpful. It could help a lot of people.
This is a fairly decent-sized little text you got here, so I'm gonna need some time.
Yep, it's just a loner, so appreciate it if you.
Won't
treat
spill
it
ink or
with
anything. Looks very old. Very old.
Well, we'll leave you to it. I'll leave a down payment with him.
Okay.
A charitable donation for his time. Of how does $74.75 sound?
Damn player character. He says oddly specific. Whatever you want to leave, there's a box on your way out.
There we go.
I've got no use for it.
Player characters are either the most oddly generous or the most oddly stingy, depending on
The numbers.
depending on how it lines up for them trying to get zeros on their.
That's a very charitable donation.
Yeah. It is.
If we're at, yeah,
$75.
we could get almost 4 readings from Spindly Mormon for that.
You mean fake readings?
Well-
Scam?
Well, the scams are cheaper.
That
We could
dude's
get more of
scary.
those.
He'll lie to you for less. Look, some people prefer to be lied to. He's not wrong.
Spindler Norman. He was
I had a-
very truthful, in fact.
He is spooky. There's something about him.
He's very spooky. I think that's kind of the point.
Something about him.
But all he really told us was that we were involved in a side quest. I mean, he ended up being true about following a trail of blood, but
He told me everything I needed to know, and I should have listened to him. Okay? I trust that man with my life.
maybe next time I'll warn you about getting smashed in the head.
By a sexy lady.
But if he said
That's all
if
the
he
crime's
said that a
focused
naked
on.
woman was gonna smash him, he would have.
Where's this trail of blood?
Grimes would have sprinted in there at full speed.
Grimes would have just busted into the butcher shop. You, sexy lady, take off your clothes.
Smash.
And then it would have just been because Grimes was being a creep, not because she wanted to eat him.
It's true. Still would ate him.
Still would have ate him, but that would have been a later date.
Well, that's our mission accomplished.
Good work.
How about your guys' downtime activities?
Oh yeah, we didn't go because I'm scared of that place.
Yeah.
I'm a little spanky myself.
I I'm currently feeding Sam because Mule's got to eat too.
Mule's gotta eat.
I'm in my bed.
Spent all night walking up and down the halls.
Yeah, so now I get to sleep.
Yeah.
Now you're sleeping all day. You all spent all night waking everyone up with your moaning and groaning, so they knew you were hurting.
I go to the saloon and I order day whiskey.
There you go.
Oh.
Hey, think about it.
He just sticks his fangs in it and drinks it like that.
Do you drink the whiskey, or do you just order it?
Take a sip.
Tastes like not a whole lot to you, to be honest. You feel this burning sensation of the whiskey, but what you remember as kind of woody or earthy tones and textures and tastes and whatnot, there's not a whole lot there at all. In fact, with all the food and drink you've been having, except that Cajun blood, you just find it a lot less satisfying.
It's like eating cardboard.
Oh, that's like when I got COVID.
It's like, bleh.
I didn't lose it until right at the end, and it's like I didn't have any other symptoms except I lost my taste for 3 days. And yeah, it was just like, what's even?
Exactly. I was like,
We'll just have raw vegetables.
I should have drank the PBR that was in the fridge.
Done us all a favor.
I thought about it, but even then I wasn't willing.
Even without taste, I still have stand.
I lost my sense of smell, and this bastard over here made chocolate chip cookies.
Oh.
Do that.
It's almost like he knew.
So no, because I was stuck in the house. This is back when you got exposed, you had to stay home for 7 days.
Anything else you guys want to do for a week of downtime?
I was.
Actually, I'm gonna go to the governor
Okay.
because I want to have a chat with him about this technology he used to bring this man back, or pick his brain for obviously he's got to have some sort of science knowledge or anything. Just chat with him.
Okay.
Oh.
So you go in. Jasper Yates answers up at the gate. He's like, "Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm with the ranger.
You need something?
Well, I was just hoping to have a chat with the governor. I'd like to.
Fair enough.
Like to poke his brain. He did whatever he did.
It's a weird way of wording that. Come on. I think it's pick his brain. Isn't it pick his brain?
Your brain.
I want to see how it ticks. What happens if I poke here? What happens if I poke here?
Wiggly texture. Strange. Writes a note.
Seizures uncontrollable.
He lets you back in. You go to that foyer. The governor will come down and speak with you and be like, I don't know if I ever got your name.
It's Professor Bogus.
Of course it is. What all do you need?
Well, I just got that comment. Well,
He said that a couple times.
That's not the first time that's been the response.
I know it's not the first time, but that's the first time I actually because I can hear it. Well, like as a respective scientist, I would assume you obviously had something to do with bringing back our good friend Jeffries over here.
I suppose you could say that, yes.
Yeah, as a scientist, just kind of have a chat. You seem like a very educated fellow, and as you can tell, I don't hang around the brightest of people at times.
Well, although I may not look it, I've been around long enough. I've picked up some stuff, learned some things, definitely. You strike me as a thinking man, unlike the rest of that group, definitely. I'm guessing I'm getting the read off of you, not a man of the faith at all.
No, not at all.
Haven't had much success there myself either. I don't have a ton to tell you with that specifically. It's just one of those specific problems that I knew the answer to. But you know what? You seem like an alright guy. I'll be right back. And he's just gonna kind of walk off to a similar bookshelf we walked off to before. And he comes back and he's gonna hand you a book and he says, "Now, it may take some time to get used to using this, but it should be something that could help you out a little bit if you're looking to give some medical treatment. This is more for the it's a bit older, and there's some less practical stuff in it, but if you've got a thinking mind and parse through to the good stuff, it could help you out in a moment of need."
I thank you kindly.
Mm-hmm.
And just as a show of good faith, be like, since you are a science man, what are your takes on some of my gadgets here? I kind of just like lay them out and just be like explain what each one does respectively.
It's gonna be like, to be honest with you, these are not sciences I've dabbled much in myself, but certainly seems an impressive bit of technology here. Useful, practical, and ingenious in only the way mind loosely tied together could come up with.
Oh, well, thank you kindly. I thought the same thing myself at times. And sometimes I have to tell myself I'm not that good, but I know deep down I am that good.
It would take an absolutely insane
Of course
man
you-
to conceive of something like this. Yes, I know. Thank you.
He said that in a roundabout sort of way that an insane person might not catch up on.
Well, the professor wouldn't care. I'm pretty sure Professor is well aware of how demented his mind is. He did pay somebody to shoot him.
This is true.
At one point.
This is true.
Well, I thank him kindly, and I take the book and
Okay.
I walk back to the boarding house and I start reading.
Okay.
This was written by a German man. Frankenstein?
It's Frankenstein! So, functionally, what this book is going to do for you is if you are making a medicine check, and it's not one that's being made in a, it's not time, so you can't do it in, like, an action. Like, it's, like, outside of combat, you're making a medicine check, you have access to this book, then you can add a +2 to the medicine check.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
It has like a table of contents that you can kind of go to the relevant section, go to, find, read through, and it'll give you some practical advice that makes you better medicine checks so long as it's not in a time crunch.
All right, perfect. So now I just don't have any negatives to my medicine checks. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you can't do it in a firefight, but once we're done,
It's not something
Once
like,
firefight's over.
Yeah.
if while they're
Which
shooting
I mean,
at you.
which normally
Usually
we
it's
don't.
But if it's like somebody's down and dying or having a heart attack and you need to do something in the middle of a combat to save them, it may not come in as handy.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's hard to look through a medical journal. Alright.
So I guess we're just kind of waiting out for Grimes to yell up a little bit and a couple people to read or translate their respective books.
Just as a question, can I do like an academics roll to see if I would have been able to translate their book? Like if I would know Latin?
Sure. Roll academics for me.
I think there is like a languages.
Yeah, but we're not really using it.
Yeah, but we'd have gotten the book back from him. He's like, I cut out all the
Well, it
occult
would have
parts
been.
because
That's a
they're just
2,
nonsensical.
so probably not. So
You have the Latin language you have is a very functional knowledge of the Latin language for the for like biology and science and like words that are used in like terms of like labeling plants and animals and stuff like that, not in a like read it, functionally speak it sort of Latin knowledge.
fair enough.
You'd be like, "That's a great dog." You know, it's like, well,
Close enough.
yeah, I guess that's true, but you couldn't say like, I'd
Something
like
in this
to-
section seems to be talking about wolves an awful lot.
lupus humanus. Weird.
Something here about a lavender lily. Wait, why is silver coming into this? What the hell?
Something easier. Keep talking about garlic in this section.
Now I'm hungry for some reason.
I'm gonna attempt to. Wait, so we're doing this the whole week?
Yeah, you have a week of time to do anything else you want to do.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm gonna attempt to read my Bible.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a spirit.
Oh.
That's true.
A 3. you take your bite. It doesn't like burn your skin or anything. You take it out and you kind of set it on the table in front of you. And you're like, and you physically cannot bring yourself to open the book.
Wow.
You're frozen in front of this thing, and you physically you reach and your hand just freezes before it touches the covering. You can't bring yourself to open
Is he doing this in his room?
it. I assume.
Okay, and then I'm going to attempt to go to church on Sunday.
Okay. Give me a spirit roll.
Poor Jeffers.
That's a 7.
A 7? Alright. You have that same feeling entering in, but you're able to push through it, go in, listen through to a sermon and stuff. It's a lot about, the end of our life coming and like being not sad. It's kind of like very much about like grief and like don't be sad for your loved ones. They're in a better place, and we all will find our natural end when the time is right. And
Ironic.
yes. And you notice that like people seem like a little sketched out by you just because of like you're kind of like a grave individual with all this stuff on and the gloves on, and you know like people aren't really sitting near you and stuff like that. They're not like, it's a vampire, get him! But they're like, people seem a little unsettled by you, and normally you're like right up in the middle talking and being social.
Interesting. Okay. That's all.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, Jeffers.
No, poor Jeffers. Real disruption to his life.
Hey, at least you can go in and listen to your bullshit.
Well put.
Kind and amazing bedside manners.
Assistant genius is the way that only a person with a brain loosely tied together could come up with.
Well, thank you.
I know, thank you. I am good.
I guess at the end of the week, Grimes gets to make
You get to make
Yeah.
you get to make a bigger roll.
Alright, here you go.
Technically at a -3.
5.
-3.
Are you using a penny at all?
I'll use a penny.
Try it.
I'll use a penny.
You kind of have to have dice explode to
Yeah.
have a shot at getting anything healed on this.
Not this
no.
time.
Could I? Well, I mean, I guess at this point it's probably not worth it.
Wounds in this.
Would I be able to like just do a medic roll to see if I can help him and use the book?
It won't let
Or is that
cover
only-
wounds, really. I'd say that if you specifically, like, if you guys take a week of downtime and you specifically hang out with Jeffers the whole time and, like, this book lets you act as, like, direct medical care the entire time and give a bonus to the roll, but it'll still be a roll that you'll be making, and it'll be, like, you taking a lot of your downtime to do that.
Okay.
Like, just basically being the nurse for poor Jeffers.
Or
Grimes?
Poor Grimes.
You should really spend some time in the hospital next time for sure. Since
Oh, you gotta be shooting me.
you're almost recovered.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be hanging out, I guess, in my bed.
Okay. Your week comes to a close. No wounds healed just yet. You guys do anything yet? What's your next move?
I mean, at this point, I'm just studying the book front to back.
Okay.
Trying to. So that way, in a crunch, I don't need to pull it out.
Yeah, that's the
I'm a little depressed because I just am hanging out in my bed all. I've been banged up, hit with a hammer. No poo-tang for me.
Just fan herself with stolen blood money.
I'm just gonna be drinking myself in my bed.
I guess he still has that bottle of whiskey unless you finished it.
Maybe.
Certainly will by the time the week's out.
Yeah.
That's true.
What's your guys' next move?
As we pick up our
Check up on our translation.
check up on the translation at least, and I mean,
Also, after that week's time, your jacket will be ready.
Ooh,
oh, cool.
fancy.
I'll definitely go pick up that. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. I guess you should also probably check in with your actual boss at some point.
Oh yeah, I can check in with Fox, see what's going on. Be like, all right, Fox, got my vacation in.
Who else?
You walk in and say that, you got an awesome guy. Interesting. I had a report show up saying something different happened over your last little bit of time.
Well, we ran into a little bit of a scuffle, but
Had a heart
You
attack.
talked to your wife yet?
I haven't gotten a letter back, but...
Son, I got nothing for you needs doing right now. Not bad enough that I couldn't put somebody else on it. Take some time, maybe go home for a little bit.
Oh, that's what he meant.
Clean your life up a little bit. Stop finding trouble and go sort out the trouble you already got.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's what he meant.
Posse, we're headed to Kansas.
Posse, I don't think we're in Colorado anymore.
I hear you loud and clear, sir. I'm headed east.
All right.
Harrison's like, Matt, how many times do I have this?
Yeah,
I'm not making that.
I
didn't even think about that. But it was like him saying it the second time. I was like, oh, that's what he meant the whole time. Yeah. Go home and see your wife. Right.
Shows up with an old timer. Well, 2 old timers.
Oh, I'm not taking you guys to my house. You can stay in the boarding house.
and a little lady. There's gonna be a lot of questions being asked. So the games.
We're going to Kansas.
Let's go check up on Benji and the.
Is Grimes even safe for? Is Grimes even good for travel at this point?
Assuming he doesn't get shot again between here and Kansas, he should be fine.
I'll try to stay out of trouble.
But our track record does not hold very strong for Grimes not getting shot at or injured in any sort of way.
I mean, the track record for this posse staying out of trouble doesn't speak well for Grimes' chances for healing.
So you guys are gonna head back, going there after a week's time. He has some time to work on it. He has a translated, it's a stack of papers basically of him writing out in English what was written there in Latin. And he's gonna say, quite a strange book, but if what you're doing is what you talked about, seems like it'd be useful. There we go.
I'll take it.
Well, I'm glad to see you don't seem too harrowed or haunted by whatever you're writing.
Look, if you all are dealing with whatever this book's talking about, then I'm glad somebody is.
Nothing's gonna compare to the big ass head that just came out of a locket.
That is true.
So I mean, a book is a nice change of pace for him.
I'll ask if he knows a bookbinder. Yeah.
He says, there's, I'm sure somewhere in town that could do that for you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, find a bookbinder, return the original to the governor. I keep wanting to say mayor.
Yeah. He's the governor.
He's the governor.
And we'll get it bound.
So you did kill a mayor.
I did kill mayor.
So that's probably what's on your mind.
But you did not shoot that governor.
I didn't shoot him in the dick.
She shot the mayor.
Yes, because this is the future.
Great one-liners. Hey, for somebody who hated the Hema Alabama's one-liners, you've had more one-liners than anyone else, I think, in this game.
It wasn't his one-liners that I hated. It was his name. I just hated his name.
Alabama. So you return that. I'd say you can find someone who will bind it for you in a reasonable fashion for $5.
I'll pay $5.
There you go.
This was my
decent
project.
cover on it. And flipping through the pages and stuff, it seems like this is a book written by a Knight Templar.
Oh.
At least someone who says they're of that order, and seems to be a fairly ancient or old knightly guide to the vanquishing of evil. And it talks about, just flipping through quickly, it talks about forces of the demonic and exorcisms and the like, as well as mentioning other demon-possessed and devilish abominations and creatures unholy and unnatural.
Well, let's make, as we're traveling around and stuff, let's make sure at least you and me read it. Probably Jeffress. I guess Grimes can read it if Grimes wants.
If Grimes can.
Yeah, because I think, can Grimes read? I assume Grimes can read. The professor, though.
He assumes he can too. Never learned, but he assumes
Actually,
he could if he tried hard enough.
Grimes was able to read his own wanted poster.
That's right.
So.
Well, he could read his name. And
We do have
the number.
and $800. So I'm reasonably
Somebody wants to
confident.
give me $800.
For information about me, $100. Well, shoot.
I'll tell him everything you know about me.
I'll give a whole interview.
What do you want to know? Your
just-
location.
Just like if the professor reads this, we're gonna have to hear about it constantly.
You know?
I mean, nothing says the professor is gonna complain. He might just read it as fiction, like he does, like he would like a Bible.
But I imagine he's gonna yell hogwash or bullshit a lot, and that will be the whole ride down to Kansas.
I mean, if you tell him not to do those things, he might listen for a little bit.
Unlikely. Right. So, anything else you guys are doing?
I think that was just about everything.
I think we gotta go tell your boss we're heading east.
Well, I told him when I.
No, your other boss.
Oh.
Probably the governor.
I guess when we drop off the book.
So you're going there for a little bit?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe if he's got any business in Kansas that we can do while we're there.
Or if if anything comes up, to send a telegraph to the Ranger HQ in Kansas. Yeah.
So do you plan on spending some time there, or are you going to be heading back here? So I can wait till you return to let you know if I have any work found for you, unless it's pressing.
Well, I guess that just kind of depends on how the wife's feeling.
On how quickly he can get his life back together.
That is true.
Well, if I don't see you and I need something done, I'll send something back.
Sounds like a plan, boss.
Travel safe.
Telegram for you, sir. Wow, city on fire, demons everywhere. Who could that be from?
City on fire. Stop. Stop. Demons everywhere.
Stop. He shouts at the people lighting the city on fire.
Trying to send a telegram. Stop your screaming.
So we going to Kansas?
We're going to Kansas. We're going to go find Dorothy in
Are
Kansas.
you gonna go say goodbye to your sweetie?
Who? Oh, baby, I love you. You're the woman of my dreams. Oh, that's so sweet. Who?
I am the worst person ever.
You are not a good person.
I mean, outside of maybe 2 people in this group, none of us are good people.
I mean, I was okay with gunning down a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
I was the one who blew the hole in his chest.
I blew the first hole.
Sure, I blew the second hole.
Why are you just...
So you guys are mounting up and heading off? You can tell by the missive you sent previously that the Ranger HQ is in a city called Dodgerton, Kansas.
Not Dodge City.
Not Dodge City, it's called Dodgerton. It's totally
Legally
different.
distinct.
I don't know why. Not Dodge City. Dodgerton. It's just like so funny.
It's in the south of Kansas.
If I named it Dodge City, I'd have to do some research. So I'm just gonna call it Dodgerton, and I can say whatever I want about it.
Well, all of our Dodge City viewers are going to tell us how actually that statue wasn't built until 1947.
Well, you know what? Joke's on them. They live in Kansas.
And this is also Dodgerton.
Right.
It's Dodgerton.
Legally distinct.
If the city of Dodge City would like to sue me, they can't. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Dodgerton. I love how much that got wrong.
It's very slight history jokes. You can just really.
So you guys are heading that way. You mount up and head out. It's going to be a decent little trek. Luckily, it's not. I mean, you're on kind of on the Colorado-Kansas border, not too far off from it. You're in the
You always take a train.
kind of southeast.
For one,
You could take the train if you
Yeah,
want.
but then what about the horses?
you love horses on a train.
I guess so.
Do we want to do we
It's
You
Spanky,
can
right?
lure Spanky onto that.
Would we want to? Would we really want Sam on a train?
I think that's an act of terrorism. Just bringing him on the train.
I think you're just bringing him to the train station.
Yeah, All right, fair points.
Fair points.
I
We can
didn't-
ride.
I did not consider Spanky and Sam.
So you guys making the ride instead?
Yeah.
All right.
Give Grimes time to heal.
That is true.
Yeah, on the
One
train.
bump on the train. A little bit of natural falls. And
Oh yeah, American train engines in the Old West fell off the rails all the time. But luckily they were relatively light as far as train engines go, so all the passengers could just get out and lever the train back on the tracks and keep going.
yeah, but you can't level the train when there's no train.
Exactly.
Are you guys planning on stopping at all? Are you trying to make the long?
You might make a stopover someplace.
I mean, yeah,
I'm not in a huge hurry.
I mean, we're definitely gonna like.
Sure, in a few days. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
if not a few weeks.
Oh, this is where the forest spirit catches up with us.
Luckily, we're out on the plains, so it's weaker.
I think this is where the 4-year-old devil catches up.
The 4-real devil just pops up laughing at Jeffrey.
I still think
And
we need
me.
to, in the future, do
You're
stuff
like,
to just like
ha
just annoy him in every way we can. Like if we get another cursed locket, let's do a little spring-loaded vial of holy water in it, so that when the devil takes it back
right.
and he pops it open, it just like sprays holy water in his face, and he's like, ah, ow! Or just like keep doing that. And then eventually he shows up and just murders us because he gets so mad. But one step at a time. I want him to be like the demon knight in Konosuba. He's just like so mad because somebody's been blowing up his house every day
Oh,
for like months.
yeah.
He's just like never got any
Best
sleep.
gag
And he's
in that
just
entire show. Best gag in that entire show is the
Matt showed
Houlihan.
me that episode. I was just like, that is so funny.
So you guys are heading out, riding to Dodgerton, Kansas. Along the way, there's a couple of spots you can stop if you want to, like little villages, cities, towns, and the like. Is there anything specific you guys are wanting? Are you stopping and doing?
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's a bad idea to stop.
I asked
visit
for
a couple towns along the way just to sleep in a bed and restock until it's
Grab a
supplies.
drink and whatnot.
I just asked for their weirdest stories.
Okay.
I'm like, what's the
What's
weirdness
the weird
that's
shit
happening?
going on around
Yeah.
here?
There's
I got
lots of very weird stories. None of them are particularly supernatural weird. They're just weird. You know, these are people living in Kansas. They've got nothing but weird
Oh,
stories.
man.
We turned the corner and found my grandfather in the barn with the goat.
Heading out that way, yeah, you stop at a couple places. The last before you get to Dodgerton, Kansas, is a place called Flint, Kansas. And Flint, Kansas is a
Nothing
smaller
good
town.
happens in a town called Flint.
It's true.
Especially in Kansas City.
You know that from here it's probably just about a day's ride to get to Dodgerton, a little less probably.
Have we been on the road long enough for Grimes to make another healing roll?
Yeah, I'd say you get to make one more round now.
Ooh, ew.
I just want to keep
This one,
less
minus
every
three.
week. Okay.
Why, you think this place is dangerous?
That
Or
fork
explosive?
Oh, there's a chance. Bye.
Minus these two. Yep, no luck.
No luck.
Still injured. Are you guys doing anything in Flint?
I don't know. I'll do my same thing. Ask what the weird shit's going on.
Where are you asking?
Oh, it's the bartender.
Okay, so you're going to Sparky's Tavern then. The only bar in Flint, Kansas.
Right.
Sparky's, not Spanky's. Your horse doesn't own this.
Sparky's what we call the burrito.
That's right. Don't bring Sam to Sparky's. Are you all heading there or just a couple?
I'll get there.
I'll go.
Get a
Yeah.
drink and
Okay.
You guys all enter in and
Can we get
start heading
food
up to
in
the
this
bar.
place?
Everyone go and roll me a notice.
I'm feeling a weird voice coming on. I don't know why, but I feel like Erickson's got a voice preloaded here.
You
that
think
he is-
Sparky's is gonna have a crazy guy?
5.
5?
7.
7.
2.
I have D6 in
9.
Alright.
You have a D4.
D4.
I don't know what that was before it slid off of the paper and flipped to a 1 on the last one. Maybe it would have kept going. Look,
6 and
6
4.
and 4.
Okay. Was that another 6?
Yeah.
12. Okay. So
13.
minus 3, so 10.
Might as well re-roll your 4.
You can re-roll. You can roll that again too. It explodes just in case it explodes 12 more times. Okay. Everybody starts running, kind of walking up, and you immediately stop the bar, and you're like motion the bartender, and he starts walking over to you. The rest of you, though, literally everyone besides you,
Yeah.
all kind of walk in, and you like get like a, I don't feel quite right. And you turn and look and you see at a corner, like the corner table of this tavern, sitting there, a familiar face. A man in all black with muddy gloves, who's sitting there, and he's holding what appears to be like kind of a little metal craft, little drink. What's the term I'm looking for here? Mug cup, I guess.
A stein.
Tankard, maybe. It doesn't have a handle on it, just a metal cup, and he's in there. And as you kind of like all turn and like simultaneously look at him, he does that little like half smirk and raises his glass to you and takes a sip and sets it back down.
I feel like there's some sort of old wisdom about not sharing a table with the devil.
You ask.
Do we share
The bartender though, as you guys walk up, is just like, "What can I get for you?"
I can feel it.
That's like writing down, and Eric's and every single thing. People are like, "We run into the devil again." The bartender's got a weird voice. It's like everything. Eric's just like writes it all down and just jams it all
R.I.P.
over the
headphone
building.
users.
I'll just have a whiskey.
Alright? Eh? You friends?
Bottle.
Whiskey? You sharing? Or is that just for you? Little lady?
Does it matter?
Well, do you want me to buy? Is he buying his own cup, or are you getting for everybody with the bottle?
He can buy it. Everybody.
So one bottle for
Yeah.
the table.
Bottle for the table.
$2. Unless you want something worth drinking. I
Yeah, kind of.
suppose. It'll be 4 for something worth drinking.
Okay. I'll
Do
pay
you
4.
have tequila?
A tequila? I got it. Yeah, sure do.
You have a bottle of tequila?
I sure do.
I'll buy a bottle.
That'll be $5.
Got it.
Gives you the $2 bottle. It's still in his hand that he was taking off.
He gives you. You have some whiskey and some tequila.
I guess.
What's wrong with
We
your
should
voice?
probably talk to Scratch, right?
What?
I mean, he's not gonna leave us alone, right?
I mean, if he's here, it can't be coincidence.
Man, we'll give him a drink. He'll be fine.
It seems like he already has a drink. Alright.
Well,
Yeah.
give him another one. Yeah.
Well, he just wants us to sit next to him.
He just needs a friend.
Of course, Grimes is like...
There's plenty of room at the devil's table.
Yeah.
There's a whole... there's so many...
Seats for all.
So many metaphors.
So I guess
Like
we
Got a
will.
hole
like
when all
your-
the doors are open wide, as they
like
say.
your mockumentary.
I'm gonna grab
Like-
my bottle of tequila
like
and
Rock
sit
and
next to
Redeemer.
our
It just-
friendly...
Your buddy-
It seemed the venue that could only hold 100 people just kept growing. Like you could fit everybody.
Yeah, well,
And then
You guys head over and sit at Scratch's
I
table?
guess.
I guess. Pull out the deck of
At,
cards.
at Scratch's table, all are well.
Oh, well. You come and take a seat there, and as you come around and take a seat, he's gonna kind of glance around at all of you and be like, "Well, I'll be. Can I help you?"
I'm just sort of wondering what you're doing in Kansas.
I always drink at Sparky's. Best watering hole there is.
That makes me worried about Sparky's.
Yeah. Something we should know about Sparky's?
Best watering hole in Kansas. That's all I'd say.
you-
Probably in the
is it
whole
the
of the United States.
You
Is
wouldn't
it
have
the
to
only
have
watering hole in Kansas?
You wouldn't have to have a stake in the owner, would you?
No, I think he's well beyond my reach. Big guys too, probably.
Not sure what that means.
What I'm trying to say, friend, is I think he could use some screws tightened down.
Could we all?
Ain't that the truth? Now, didn't see that one coming. He says, looking at you.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I think you know good well what I mean. Maybe you and I can go for a night ride sometime. Might be a bit more comfortable, eh?
Well, I reckon I still have my convictions.
I think that convictions are more and more pliable these days. Don't have to break them to bend them.
That's your opinion, I suppose.
The for real devil.
He seems to be looking at you guys like you just interrupted his regular drink of the night.
Oh.
Like he doesn't seem like he's
I don't buy that.
seeking you
I
out.
don't buy that for him.
What'd you end up doing after you left our campfire that night?
Oh, I'm always busy. I've been riding all over. Meeting friends like yourselves. Having conversation. Giving advice here and there.
You know what?
Had
You
some-
gave advice. You
Had your hands in a couple things in Confluence City.
Well, that's something my hand's been in for a while, and I just hate to see fine jewelry go to waste. That's all.
I've got a proposition. There's some information that I need that might be inconvenient for me to acquire otherwise. I need to know where Corporal Mohan's house is.
aren't you Corporal Mohan?
Shh. I'll play you a hand of Texas Hold'em for it.
Well, what do you want to put on the line, man?
Grimes' soul.
What he says is like my soul, and then when he hands him the contract, he writes somebody else's hand.
I write Mohan on the I reckon it's only the one thing you'll take.
Well, I mean, if you're willing to parse with that over an address,
I don't
that's...
think that's a good idea,
No.
Corporal.
I don't know, what else will the devil take?
He likes a fiddle.
He likes a nice fiddle.
How
But none
about
of us
this?
can play fiddles.
How's about this? We'll play us a hand. You win, then I'll help you out finding your old lady. She's awful lonely. I'm sure she could use you. If I win, however, all I want in return is you and me to share a drink. Simple as that.
Steals the deal.
I mean, it seems like a easy deal here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the harm in here. I mean, worst case scenario, you have to take a drink. You fucking lightweight.
Having to wash your hand.
He's gonna flip through. I guess you can look at your hand.
Joker's wild.
Joker's wild.
Because Jokers are in the deck.
Luck's not with me today. King High.
Says, well, I'll be. You got me.
2, 4, 4.
He's on that ace 2.
I was like, just dodge the straight. Yeah.
Says, I think that 6 was supposed to end up where that queen is.
So, well, cutting cards can be tricky.
Well, you got me. You're still welcome to the drink if you'd like it. But I can scrawl down an address for you. After all, I think it serves both our best interests that you track down your old life.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound good at all. Fair enough.
Have you ever talked to a young lady that happens to hold a meat cleaver in her hand and maybe try to kill me and eat
What
me?
the hell are you talking about over there?
Says, you know, we all live our lives and, well, when they end, things end up as they should be. I think you and I may have a mutual friend or two. A couple of your friends, I think you introduced the two of us.
Ooh.
He says with a smile at you.
One of them maybe recently. Grimes, if you resurrect the cannibal butcher lady, I'm gonna shoot you.
I'm just gonna choose.
He'll raise the glass.
All right. Well, I'll get the address from her and.
He'll get you an address. He'll reach into his pocket and pull out a scrap of paper and write down and slide it over to you.
666. Definitely
Super evil.
Super evil, not totally haunted house.
Yep. Another meeting with the real deal Scratch. Well, I think that's all the drinking I need for the night.
Ought to keep your wits about you. Especially if you're planning on walking anywhere around here. Safe enough town, but don't want to go stumbling around in the dark.
Uh-oh.
That's how we get lost, isn't it, Ed?
Keep saying. You said almost the same thing the last time about stumbling around in the dark.
You
I
seem,
don't see so well in the dark.
you
'cause
seem
I'm
to have all you pegged down to a T.
If only anyone could peg down the mind that is you, Professor.
Nope. Not even I can peg down this mind.
That's perfect because he's just inflating the ego. So perfect.
So, now the lot of you, I've been thinking I'd have to find you again on the trail and talk to you as much as I could, but most y'all are doing just fine. Don't seem to need much advice from me. Careful with that gun. Looks a little unwieldy.
Yeah, liable to just shoot somebody.
Well, as long as a trustworthy hand's holding it, I feel safe.
Short fingers over here ain't got no time to trust right now. I'm gonna leave y'all to it. Yeah, Scratch.
Scratch? Mr. Scratch, sir.
Good night, Professor.
Yeah, I reckon I don't really want to share a table with the for-real devil any longer.
I appreciate the company. Safe travels.
I like that I could just feel as soon as you were like, name Sparky. Like, I could feel it. I could feel it. I'm like, oh.
Are you guys doing anything? Are you guys
No, I'm going to bed.
drinking any other? Go talk to the barman at all?
I think
Barman, what's
I've
wrong
been
with you?
warned off.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a level of fatigue for not sleeping this night.
Okay, I think that's fair.
All I do is say to Scratch, well, enjoy the time here while you have it.
Says, seems to me these days you can get more time if you ask for it.
Jeez.
Just make sure you understand, feller. Time, just like anything else, don't come free.
Damn.
That's pretty good.
That was really good.
Damn it, he had wisdom to me again.
Because
Your creepy words of wisdom have got me.
for real devil.
I'm gonna drink the whole night so I do not sleep.
I think drinking the whole night's a good way to. I mean, you drink until you can't because you
I
pass
don't
out.
drink this night, but I sit my back against the wall and gun in my hand. Don't sleep all night.
For those of you that don't sleep, you will take one level of fatigue.
That is fine with me.
It's right there.
You are right though. You just inflated the professor's ego. Like,
Yeah, that's all you have to do. This is abnormal standard battery.
Alright,
Yeah,
the
that's-
for real Matt is
I
starting.
think that the rest of you guys go and get maybe restful, maybe not. Those of you who don't sleep, don't get a restful night's sleep. Those of you that do sleep, your sleep is haunted with nightmares once again, but you're able to functionally complete a night's rest.
Are you telling me I dreamed about an afterlife again? God damn it.
Not exactly the same, but very similar dreams afflict you all.
Is this one like an alternate universe where Professor Bogus is an avid churchgoer and talks about nothing except Jesus and the Lord?
This is a real nightmare.
This is the worst nightmare Professor Bogus could ever have.
And with that, you guys, I assume, get back on the trail the next day and are riding on to it's not Dodge City, Dodgerton. Riding on to Dodgerton, Kansas, and to your wife?
What? Question mark?
And I guess we'll see how that conversation goes in the next episode.
There we go.
Beat the
Thank
shit
you
out
all
of
for
it.
watching, and we will see you in the next one.